And they call me Timmy Appleseed, you heard? I came in here, had a couple seeds in my pocket, sprinkle the chef sprinkle all around. I saw it start to sprout. The Zeta, you take your time, you let photosynthesis do what it does.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who's B, to girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 16, and let's get right into the video, because yes. So in the previous episode, Chaz picks Kat to recouple with. And the thing is that, like I said, it was fine for him to pick whoever he wanted to pick, but the speech threw everybody off. The speech had no correlation to Kat at all. The speech literally singed Serenity, Serenity, Serenity. So even everybody in the villa was like, I for sure thought he was gonna pick Serenity. Like the speech, like even Serenity was like, this man is vindictive, like he's revengeful. Like revengeful for what? Like I'm confused, because like what does he have to get revenge on Serenity for? I don't know. But yeah, they were all talking about how the speech was very misleading. So like everybody in the villa was talking about how the speech was misleading. I would say, Serenity gets a text that she was dumped from the island, which was really sad. She said her goodbyes. She was really getting Chaz, because she was just like, happy for you, blah, blah, blah. When she went to go pack her stuff, she was like, here's your stuff, you can give it to anybody else you want to give it to. When he was trying to hug her, she was like, no, I'm gonna shake your hand, like, you ain't getting no hug. She told Kat, like, I hope you find some gold, all that stuff. Like, Serenity was really just getting Chaz, because, like, the speech was really, like I said in my previous review, the speech is what got people. Like, the speech, like, you could have coupled up with her and it would been like, okay, fine. But the speech was what put the salt in the wound. Like, it really singed Serenity. Anyway, Serenity's gone. Everybody in the villa, well, the girls in the villa are really sad. Everybody in the villa is kind of sad. They did her little one-liner, it's up there, type thing, before she left. So later that night, Timmy gets a text to go to the Hideaway. Obviously, everybody in the villa was like, Timmy and Zeta, yeah. So they go to the Hideaway, and, it was just so, like, oh my gosh, my people, da-da-da-da. They were just really funny. Like, they were just cracking jokes. Timmy basically talked about, commitment. He's basically telling Zeta that, he's the one for her. They talked about basically kids in the Hideaway as well. All that stuff. They're just cracking jokes, being funny, obviously. But they obviously definitely seem very set. Zimmy, okay? Back into the villa. We have Kat and Chaz, talking, and he's basically like, oh, I think I made the right decision. We have Nadja and Jeff talking a bit, and then later on, it's time to go to sleep. And, everybody is going to sleep. All the girls is like, I want Zeta to hurry up and come back here, because basically, the villa is basically Team Zimmy. Like, they're their hype men. Like, Timmy and Zeta are basically the villa parents, the villa therapists. Like, everybody comes to them for advice, like anything. So there was this challenge, and it was like, I don't know, it was a boring challenge, but they had to, their partners had to guide each other. And before we get to the challenge, Timmy and Zeta comes back, and they're like, oh, this was so fun, duh. Obviously nothing much happened, because obviously they're older people, so they're not going to be acting crazy up in there, okay? But they definitely had fun. But yeah, there was a challenge, and then in the challenge, the couples had to guide one of their people through a little obstacle course. And then at the end of the challenge, Chaz and Kat won. So it's so funny because, Chaz thinking him winning, this daily challenge, he's like, oh, me and Chaz are set. So later on, it's time to go, do night, like for night. So Zeta and Timmy, Zeta was like talking, and she asked, so Zeta asked Chaz, like, are you set with Kat? And he's like, yeah, I'm set. And then Kat over here is like, yeah, I'm keeping my options open. So then he's like backtracking, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep my options open too, blah blah blah. So then Zeta had to be like, being set and having your option open are two different things. Like, what are you saying? Everybody really clocked it. So later on, they're playing Truth or Dare. So in Truth or Dare, I guess Jared was dared to kiss his top three, which was Maddie, Deb, and Kat. Zeta was dared to kiss three guys, I believe, but then she decided to kiss Courtney, so everybody's like, oh, it was Courtney. The thing is Courtney's so funny because Courtney's definitely like Team Zeta. Like, she's like a Zeta-nator. Like I said, I believe I said this before. Like, she's literally Team Zeta. Like, this is exactly why when she didn't move an inch when Bria was crying, because I'm just like, she wanted Timmy and Zeta to get back together, so she's not gonna like play in her face. So I mean, and she's been Team Zeta from the start. Like, she's Team Zeta. Like, almost all her confessionals is like always like, oh my gosh, Zeta, I just can't wait for Zeta to come back. Oh my gosh, da 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 da. Like, she just really likes Zeta. Like, it's so funny. Then, so, yeah, like I said, Zeta kissed Courtney, and Courtney was like living for it. While, Zeta was just like, oh, Courtney likes stuff like this, blah, blah, blah. So then she kissed Jared, and then after Jared, she kissed Isaiah. So Timmy was just like, looking up around the other side, not paying attention, because obviously he doesn't like when people, he's very, he just doesn't like that stuff, So that was the episode. The episode was pretty, blandish. They sent Serenity home. Timmy and Zeta got the Hideaway, and, they had a little challenge, and it's quite funny because, Zeta, asked Timmy to do a Truth or Dare, and she and Timmy chose a dare, choose a truth, and she said, which Islanders are the weakest couple? And he said, Kat and Chaz. And he was like, basically, Kat is not that interested into Chaz, like Chaz is. And then in the confessional, you got Kat basically saying like, oh, Timmy was 100%. He was 100% right, but he said it out loud. So it's just like, and then you got Chaz over here like, oh, we won the challenge today, so obviously we're strong. Like, dude, this girl does not care about you like that. And it's so funny because people are like, oh, Kat really likes him. Kat really likes him where? She had some interest in him, of course, but it's not like she really likes him. So then, that was the end of the Truth or Dare game. And then next thing you know, we have Nadja, pulling Zeta to talk, and she's like crying, basically telling Zeta that, she really has strong feelings for Isaiah, but she's scared of Sydney, I think Kat comes in and, try to give her a hug or whatever. And Nadja over here like, oh, I'm scared of Sydney, and she's crying, I try, I really came in here for Isaiah, and, but because they're in a couple and stuff like that, so like Zeta's like, Sydney is my girl, so, but I will like relay the information or the message to her. So then Zeta comes in, gets Sydney, talks to her about what Nadja said. So Sydney's like, oh, so Nadja trying to steal Isaiah away from me. And then, Sydney's kind of like annoyed, so she pulls Isaiah for a chat, basically saying like, oh, Nadja's trying to steal you away from me. which is like, yeah, so not just scared. We have that going on here. Hopefully it gets resolved, because we'll have to see where it goes. I don't think Isaiah's gonna even move to Naja, to be honest, really. He definitely had some interest in her, but I don't think he's gonna move to her, especially obviously in the preview of tonight's episode of shows that Casa Amor is coming very soon. So Casa Amor is coming, so I mean, I would say going into Casa Amor, I think Timmy and Zeta are basically okay. I wouldn't say Isaiah and Sydney are, but we have to see. And then everybody else is basically fair game. Courtney and Bryce, we'll have to see. They seem like they're pretty good together as well. Yeah, everybody else seems like in Casa Amor, something might happen, something might shift. But yeah, that was the episode. It was okay. Casa Amor is coming next week, so we'll have to see. And let's see what this Naja, Isaiah, Sydney thing goes on. It's so funny because in the beginning of the episode, Sydney's like, Isaiah knows where home is. I knew he was going to pick me because, Isaiah just knows. So I'm like, I'm just laughing because, like, Isaiah was definitely talking to Timmy and them like, I have a connection with Naja. That was dumb. But anyway, guys, this is episode 16. Yeah. If you guys like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and yeah, subscribe to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.